Hello, greetings to all of you from me. My name is Dr. Shazia Malik. I am working as Assistant Professor at Institute of Education and Research, University of the Punjab, Lahore, Pakistan. Here I am going to share the screen for my keynote speech. Okay. The topic is parent-teacher communication barriers regarding the lack of parental involvement in the curriculum of special children, especially in Pakistan. Now, I want to talk about the communication barriers between parents and teachers. In Pakistan, basically, I am talking about the special education children, not the normal children, but the special children who need the special attention. When we talk about these special children, then there are some types of their disability, and now I'm only talking about the visual impaired children who are blind, who cannot see, but just they can use some other senses to learn about their education. Uh, when we talk about their communication barriers are between parents and their teachers. And secondly, the curriculum. The curriculum of these visually impaired learners is about some practices and some verbal and practical practices. In this way, some practices are the some basic skills they need to learn. They need to move in the society, in the school, from one place to another place, and verbally they need to learn these skills relating to their curriculum, about the books, what they can learn and how they can learn. Here, parent-teacher communication barriers, they arise because of the lack of their parents' involvement in their schooling, in their learning, in their education. According to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act 2004, visual impairment, including blindness, means an impairment in vision that, even with correction, adversely affects a child's educational performance. Obviously, a child, if he and she is blind, then their educational performance also disturbs. In society, visually impaired persons face many barriers and challenges due to their impairment, which cause isolation. In this way, they feel that they are alone, because these blind children, these visually impaired children, they need to move in the society. They need to move from one place to another place with the help of others, their siblings, especially their parents. And visually impaired learners need an adapted education for their hidden needs, potentials, and capacities. And what is the adopted education? Adopted education is basically some skills. They are some verbal skills and they are some practical skills. Some practical skills, they are relating to their disability, like they have to learn them practically to move from one place to another. What are these practices they need to learn? They are called orientation and mobility. Orientation is basically the verbal skills they need to learn. They need to hear from their expert, from their teacher, and they need to follow, they need to learn. And mobility mean to mobilize from one place to another to reach their destination. If they want to go to school and parents drop them at the school gate, then they need to move from school gate to towards their class. And this in this whole way, they have to follow some certain mobility practices. And what these practices, then they can use white cane. Either they can use their finger touch just just find what are the surfaces and where they want to reach. Importance of parental involvement in the education of any child, either the child is disabled or not, their parental involvement is very much important. Parents must know the specific needs of their children. They should be well aware about the educational progress of their children, either their children are blind or either they're normal. Parental involvement is explained as parent and their active role to collaborate in their children's development, learning, and ensuring that they are well known about the school lives of their children and a relation of partnership with school. Basically, this is the partnership. This parental involvement is a partnership of parents and with parents and teachers. According to Chen in 1995, parental involvement is not something that is done to parents. This is not only the part of parents, but this is the collaborative part of parents and teachers. It is rather what parents and the school do collaboratively and collectively to ensure effective and adequate policy making and implementation, funding, discipline, staffing, and facilities for their children's success. Parent-teacher collaboration. What is the parent-teacher collaboration? Actually, parental involvement and collaboration between parents of visually impaired learners and teachers contribute to students' academic success. Basically, this collaboration and this parental involvement, this needs to achieve academic success of these students. Several studies showed a connection in exploring parental involvement in education programs and student academic achievement, cognitive growth, and emotional well-being. In education, parental involvement is part of an educational philosophy advocating a child-centered curriculum in special education practices and furthermore, international research has emphasized on the involvement of parents in planning and implementing educational programs for disabled students. Second, next is the parental involvement in the education. After collaboration and partnership, there is needed parental involvement. And now I'm talking about Pakistan, and in Pakistan, there is a lack of parental involvement in the education of special children. To shape a connection between family and school, parental involvement is essential, but it is not the same for all children. Not same for all children, like not for the each disability. There are some certain types of disability, visually impaired learners, physically disabled children, deaf and dumb children, mentally retarded children, and autism. These are some types of disability, but now just I'm talking about the visually impaired learners. Progress has been made in some areas of family, school, and also community to connect all as one unit. Then parents will become more active in the community when they are involved in their children's school. In this case, parents' self-confidence also increased and parents express their interest to pursue their higher education and additional training. Now, this specific slide is relating to the parents of the visually impaired learners. If the visually impaired learners, blind students, parents, they are contributed, they are collaborated with the teachers, and if they are not higher qualified and they don't have more self-confidence because when they don't know about the education of their children, then they feel they have less self-confidence. They just hesitate to talk with the teachers. They just want to avoid the discussion of the teachers. They don't attend the parent-teacher meetings. In this way, there is a lack of parental involvement. If this collaboration goes well, then in this case, parents' self-confidence also increased and parents express their interest to pursue their higher education and additional training. Additional training, but they learn from the teachers how to cope the disability challenges of their blind children. What are those orientation mobility practices they need to learn from the teachers, from their teachers of their children, and after that they can implement and they can learn to their children as well. Now the next is parent-teacher communication barriers. Collaboration between school staff may also influence collaboration with parents. In school, advocating partnership and dialogue as parent of the school culture, parents felt accepted and free to share their wishes and opinions in school meetings. The school and home partnership is so important that teachers instantly need to strengthen the relationship with parents. Teachers need to create some ways to keep parents encouraged, empowered, excited, and informed about social school activities and on the developmental learning of their children. In this way, to remove these communication barriers, the teachers should empower, encourage the parents how they can empower and encourage in creating the some seminars, some parent teacher meetings. Then they can call the parents and they can discuss, they can present some activities, they can perform some other type of other type of forms like the annual day, like the prize ceremony, like the result day. They can create some type of activities for the parents to come to get engaged, to learn, and to adopt these strategies, and to create the free and to give them most and better uh, environment for their children, for their relating to their studies, and how they can learn. A blind children can learn very well if he and she feel free himself or herself in the environment. How they can feel free? Because if a child they don't have the support of any other person, like the siblings or the parents or the teachers, and they can move freely in their environment, what they want to do, where they want to do. If they can go their desired destination, then they can feel very confident, and they can feel their more involvement in their studies. Several parents experience communication barriers that hinder their involvement in their children's schooling. In my country, there are parents who are not high qualified. They are uneducated, and when they are uneducated, then they feel hesitate to communicate, to discuss, to teach with the teachers or other persons, because there is the there can be a barrier, like their medium of instruction. If the teacher is speaking in the English language, then a parent or a mother or father, if they don't know English language or medium of instruction, if they are not qualified, then they cannot understand what they are providing the information. Then these barriers included, and if their parents they are poor, then in this way, if they are poor, then they don't want to travel towards a school and to discuss, to go there, to reach there, to discuss the problems with their teachers. These barriers included the lack of material resources, transportation, and children care. If they are poor, then they don't have so much facilities to care their child. If the child is also disabled, and for the transportation, if they don't have any transportation towards their schooling, and if they are poor, they cannot afford the fare of that transport. That is also a barrier between the communication with their teacher of their student. And many parents feel unprepared to talk because of can be the medium of instruction, and if they are uneducated, to talk with the teacher or administrators to gain their assistance in completing schoolwork of their children at home. If parents are uneducated and they don't know their medium of instruction, they don't know about the curriculum, if they cannot gain the assistance in towards completing the schoolwork, the homework of their children, they cannot help them, then these are the some barriers which create the lack of communication, lack of parental involvement. Lastly, here is the conclusion. Due to the lack of effective communication between parents and teachers, it has become the fundamental in developing the comprehensive conceptualization special education curriculum with involving parents. This is the basic hindrance between creating a good in developing or conceptualization of special education curriculum. This discussion also concluded that there is an urgent need for parental involvement in the curriculum and to implement inclusive special education policy with an effective strategy to address communication barriers between visually impaired learners, parents, and towards their teachers. That's all. This is my talk, and this was my discussion. I was discussing the parent-teacher communication barriers in Pakistan. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you, all of you.